Hello, how are you? My name is Anthony Gray. I'm going to do a simple painting, more of a lesson on how to do acrylic painting. You start essentially from the front or from the back to the front. If you look down below, I have burnt umber, cad yellow, Grumbacher red, phthalo blue, and titanium white. So we'll just do the painting with just those 5 colors. Okay. Now what you don't see, you see just a part of it here. Obviously I got my little bit of water, but beside the water is a vegetable glycerin. It's got a little bit of shampoo in it, that's why it's pink. And that's what I use for an extender and blender, retarder, all of that. So that's what I use. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of that into the sky. I'm gonna use this 1.5 inch flat brush here. Okay. What I'll do is I'll dip some of that in my brush into the medium. I'll come up here to the board and I'll lightly coat what I want to represent the sky. It'll cover a little bit of the trees. I don't want to cover up the mountain area, okay? Because when I do the mountains, I don't want none of the paint to kind of be overly slippery and cause the paint to move around when I don't want it to move around. So I got a little bit of this medium on the paper. I should have pre-treated this paper. This is 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper. Now what's happening is that the medium is soaking into the paper, so I would have to use plenty of medium because I didn't prep the paper. If you prep the paper, you won't go into none of this repeated repetitive prepping of the paper with the medium. Okay, so it's kind of me doing this, my fault. I'm going to take a little titanium white and I'm just going to paint the white in here. I'm trying not to hit the mountains. It's all right if I go over the tops of the trees. And so while the white paint is on here and while it's still wet, I'm going to take advantage of it, okay, and put in the clouds. This will be very simple clouds, nothing really thrilling. The tiniest bit of the blue, all right, and I'll just put the blue up in here. I'll get it dark in the corners, and then I'll just kind of wisp it around here, up here, bring a little bit over here, just like that. That's about all I need to do with that. And we're working on the sky, that's all. Also, since this is 11 by 15, I'm gonna work with brushes that are conducive to the size of the paper you're using. So while the paper is still wet, I'm gonna take a soft brush here, soft bristle brush. It's just a makeup brush you would get at Walmart or something. And I'll just slowly in circles just blend that blue into the white and blending it into the medium itself. Okay, it makes it really soft. It gets rid of the streaks and such. You can vary the hand pressure of how much blue and how much how much paint you want, how much of the blue you want spread it around. All right, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just spreading the paint around a little bit. This is called wet on wet painting. And like I said, I'm just getting rid of a lot of the streaks. All the tones and shapes that you see is fine. Okay, it just adds a lot of interest and variations into your cloud work. Okay. And it all depends on what you want to see as clouds also. I'm going down into the tree area. Okay. Obviously the blue represents the sky. All right. I'm going to clean off my brush. Got a small rag up here. I'm going to rinse off the brush. When you work with these soft haired brushes, Make sure you rinse them off fairly well, especially if you plan to use them again. I plan to use this right now. So I'm going to put some clouds in this and mix it right in there. And I'm just using more of the titanium white. The glycerin is still relatively wet, and I'm very softly just adding the clouds into where the white spaces are. Okay, and I'm just putting in color right now. Nothing really special, just popping in that color. I'll go to wisping the clouds and shading them and all of that a little bit later. I give different variations, different colors of the titanium white. Okay, you might want some clouds to pop out a little more than others. It's really entirely up to you how you want to do it. Okay, now that I've got most of that on there, what I'll do is just blend all of this together. Remember, you work from the back towards the front. Okay, so I'm just wiping off the brush fairly well here, because I'm just using the same brush. I'm gonna have to do some correcting with this brush. It's falling apart on me here. So hold on with me 1 second while I do a quick repair. I use these brushes quite a bit, and the glue does not hold up to these brushes, so nothing a thick piece of tape won't solve. So I might as well do it quickly on here on camera right now to kind of rectify that issue. There. Now it won't fall apart on me. And just throw the remainder of the tape in the garbage. Okay, so we're going to get to these clouds lightly. Just blend your edges into the blue. And you can add wispiness to it or whatever, because there's still a little bit of water on my brush, so it's helping move the paint around. All right, and I'm just stirring it around, messing around with it a little bit. Bring it in as close to your mountain as you can. If the paint's a little thicker in areas, you can borrow some of that and bring it right close to the mountain. Okay, so it's really how you envision your clouds to be. Truly up to you. It's your world. You have the clouds any shape, any way, any form that you want. So this is just me doing a little procedure of the clouds front to back, how you would set up a traditional type of acrylic painting. All right, now as you see, I still got some color on the brush, and I yet will rinse off my brush. Don't let the color stay on the brush. You just gonna land yourself into a lot of hot water later on. So because acrylic paint does dry ridiculously fast. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so we've got the sky pretty much done. It's just, you know, little patches of clouds or whatnot. Nothing really to write home to mama about. Okay, let's get a nice base for the mountain. Okay, see, you gotta paint through some of your detail and stuff, and there's a reason why I didn't add all the glycerin to the mountain, because it won't be necessary at this stage. Okay, let's go with a little bit of the umber here. I'll put it right here. All right, I'm gonna go with a little touch of red. So I got umber, I got red, mixing it with a palette knife. Okay, and then we're gonna go into the phthalo blue. We're gonna darken it all up, get a nice dark base for your mountain. Don't know if I made enough of this base. We'll find out in a second or two. I usually tend not to make enough, so I might add on to it here. So I'll have, in this case, a little bit of more than enough than too little. Because if you find yourself trying to mix again, you're not going to mix the same intensity, the same shading, the same color. Okay, it's just going to leave you depressed. So just make sure you kind of mix enough of it. And plus, with the dark color, it can be used for other things too. I'm just wiping off the palette knife. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to use the palette knife to block in the mountain. I'll just use the regular brush. All right. If I don't have enough, It still doesn't seem like I might. I'll find out in a second. But we're gonna just get the general shape of the mountain. Okay, I kind of like my mountains a little craggy. All right, up to you. How you want to shape your mountain, something like that. And the most important part really is the outside edge of the mountain anyway. I want to add a little peak there. Then we got another peak right here, just like that. We just block all that in, just like this. Just block it in. Nice deep set mountain. I'm gonna paint right through some of the trees here. It's okay, just like that. Paint it right in there. I'm getting the rest, and I'll finish off here, finish off down in here. Bring this mountain straight down a little bit more, just like that. Don't know if I have a little fog or whatever down here. I'm still debating on that yet. Okay, but in case I do, I'm gonna get just a little bit of glycerin, a little bit. Wipe it off on here. I'll come down toward the base of the mountain, right here with the glycerin. All right, just kind of smooth that out down there, just like that. Okay. So I'm still looking at it here and there. I think that'll be fine. I'm gonna clean off my brush here. Guess I don't need too much glycerin or whatnot down there. It'll stay a little wet for a second or two. Now I got glycerin in this darkened stuff. I don't need this, but this is gonna go away. I'm gonna put it right on my paper towel. I got a roll of paper towel here. I don't need the glycerin. Okay, we're gonna start to put some details and stuff on the mountain. All right, I'll go back into the palette knife. I'm gonna go back into the brown. Okay, just like that. A little bit of white. We'll marble it up a little bit. I'm not gonna keep this blended correctly or well blended. We're gonna use that for the mountain. Okay, now you will consider your light source for the mountain. Just take a little swipe across, give you a nice thin roll of paint. Okay, what you're gonna do, I'll bring it up here. You can hold your knife like this. We'll zoom in a little bit. And we'll center it right here because we're gonna concentrate on the mountain. Wherever your light source whatever you would like to put your light source. I'll get my English language correct soon. All right, I guess I'll put the light source on the left hand side. I rarely put any kind of mountain light source on the left hand side. I'll do it today. And you're gonna lightly get your palette knife as close to the canvas as you can. I got some extra paint on the other side that I don't want. Just wipe that off. Okay. Get your palette knife as close to the painting surface as you can. Okay. And when it touches, I'll start it right here in the middle. But when it touches, okay, just like that, and you just go down with it. Just like that. And you're gonna go in this direction, downward and to the left. Small roll of paint. Try to get the peaks as close as you can. All right, as close as you can. You just wear it some other way. You bring it on down. You see how it works for you. Okay, a little bit of the. We're gonna do it right here in this corner. Come down like that. Break it up. Let it break up. Do it all by itself, just like that. Okay, very simple to get a nice rugged looking mountain going. Okay, I'm gonna expand some of this. I'm gonna come lightly, come out. Don't press hard. That's one thing you don't do. Don't press hard. And I'll give it a little swim it around like that, just like this. Okay, just like that. No more, no less. You can leave the rest alone, really. Okay, let's get a little small bit of paint. And we're gonna highlight, I'm gonna use my right hand. We're gonna highlight this little peak over here. Have it come out a little bit expand it. We'll bring that around, bring him in front. See if I can get the rest, and we're gonna kind of plane it out like that, just like so. All right, and I'm telling you, you really don't need much more than what I'm doing right now. Okay, we're gonna work on the dark part of the mountain. We're gonna get a little bit of blue. Okay, a little bit of white. Dark, still the dark side of the mountain. We're gonna put a little brown in that blue. It gives you a very interesting looking gray. All right, the more brown you put in it, the more of a deeper gray it will be. But I got that blue tinge to it, which will be perfect for the shadow side of the mountain. Cut across another thin film of paint. And once again, you're gonna do the same thing. But this time you're gonna go in the opposite direction. So you'll take your palette knife with the darker color and you're going down in the opposite direction, much like this. All right. Yes, it is visible. You will be able to see that. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but it is definitely there. All right, I'm just scraping out some more color, narrow it. We'll take it and we'll take this one and go straight down with it like that. And we're going in the other direction. And you don't want to get rid of all of your darks. Your base color, try not to get rid of all of that. And we're going to come straight down, just like that. All right. Because it's going to look like little dips and valleys and whatnot. Put some skating around in the lighter color also. It looks like refracted light. Over here, we're coming over here on this side of the mountain. We're going to do the same thing. Show a little bit of love over here and bring it on down. Okay. Much like that. I really don't have to add too much more to that, to be honest with you. Let's get a little bit of yellow. We'll put it right here. A little yellow, a little bit of the brown. Get it away from the other colors for a second. Get some more yellow. So it's the yellow and the brown. Different type of highlight. Kind of an off yellowish look. Maybe just a slight bit of a tiny bit of white. Put it in there. And now we can get away with adding a little more of that brown. It's like that. There. Now, the brighter the highlight, the less of it you really truly need. All right, like I say, it's going to be on the left side of the mountain. So we're going to take it very lightly and we'll give a couple of little indications of some lighter rock faces in there. Like that. You don't need too much of it, just a little bit here and there. I'm going to come here to the top, obviously. We're going to pop off a few little pieces of that brightness. See, it's being lit, but it's not being lit too much. And what's going on is that it's picking up from the paint you've previously set down. Okay, that's basically what it's doing. Put a little bit of that up there. Make sure you look at what your it's like that. Very lightly I'll come across. Like that. Just a little bit here and there. Nothing too much. And I personally think that's quite adequate. Need a little brightness over that one peak over here. This guy right here needs a little help. Just like that. I think we're good here with the rest of this. Just like that. All right, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Don't piddle, play, and putter around with it. Once you're happy with it, you're happy with it, you're done. Okay. There's two bright spots. One here and one above it. That's just the light hitting off of it. There's not a color change or anything like that. All right. Okay. So we pretty much did the mountain deal already. If I want a little bit of mistiness or whatever to it, I'm going back to my soft brush. Okay, I'm wiping off a lot of that white, but I'm gonna pat a little white down on the bottom here, coming down to where it's naturally white, and I'll slowly just tap some white in there, coming where it's already white, and I'm going up into the green. Okay, just like that. Very patchy, it's okay, just like that. Come up into the mountain a little bit, just like that. So it's a little bit of fog or whatever happening down there. You might not be able to tell so much right now because the bottom end of the lake is kind of covered in white. Okay, I didn't add no color to it, so it doesn't have much of an impact as of yet. As of yet. But that's about to change in a few seconds. Once again, even though I just used a little bit for this mist down here, into our medium one more time, because we're going to do something with the water. All right, and this is for the beginner guys. Okay, all you professionals, y'all can look at another page. So we're gonna kind of slick this all out with the medium here. Just vegetable glycerin and some shampoo. Now remember, I might have to go over this again because of the simple fact I didn't coat this. I got a bad habit of not doing that. Okay, and this is all I really need of this, just a light coating of this stuff. Try to do it before it soaks in, so you have to work kind of quickly. Okay, I'm gonna get a little white. The white helps save that. So we get a little white, put it in there just like this, and bring it all the way down. Okay, I'm just going into my titanium white. I prefer titanium white because it's extremely opaque. Okay, get a little more white here, and I'm just bringing the white down. Right across. It's white on white. Don't have to be the prettiest and most perfect thing. It's just white on white right now. Okay, now that I did that, let's go into our blue. Okay. Now what am I going to do with this blue? Well, I'm going to go down with the blue. Right here in the corner. Just go down with it like that. Get some more blue. I'm going to go on the other side. Well, let's cover some of that up too, even over here. Go straight down with it, just like that. And down here on the corner, we'll fade some of that like that. Okay, just like that. Nothing special. Now it's starting to dry up. Okay, and I kind of expect that to happen because there's not enough glycerin on there, and that's fine. That's kind of my bad. Get some more white. And we're going to go from the center, go into the blue a little bit. Go from the center, go into the blue. Just like this. I'll straighten out some of that lighter blue, it's all right. It's just gradually coming into the center here, so it's fine. Get some more titanium white. And we're going to bring some of that in here too. Let's bring it right out there, just like that. Go straight downward. Straight down. Right here from the middle, the paint's pretty dry. We're gonna go into the blue a little bit. Now that glycerin's helping it to move like that and blend in. It's all right if it gets a little bluish tinge in there. I'm just getting some more titanium white because I'm running low on the white. Go half into the brush into the blue, half into the white, and just get a nice gentle fade in there like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna get some glycerin. We're gonna smooth all of that out. All right, this is what the glycerin will do. It'll help bring this stuff together. It loosens up the paint. Even in this stage, it'll bring it all the way down. Just bring it down. Go straight down with it. This is the glycerin moving this stuff around. And then go straight down. I already know where the land mass is going to be, so it's fine. Okay. Now my glycerin on the brush is still moving this paint around, even in the dark area. So I'm just repeating the strokes, just like that. Okay. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. All right. Just like that. Smooth it right out. Straight down, straight down. Lighten some of that. Come here, lighten that. All I want to do is just even it out a tad. Straight down. Like I said, I know where the land mass is going to be, so none of that will matter. Where it's dark darker here. Bring it out into the light. You can vary your hand pressure. It's all right. All right, but there you go. Okay, don't worry about all of this. All of that will be corrected. This is what your mainly your main concern. Okay, now if I wanted a little brighter, just to give some emphasis to anything, I'll take a little bit of glycerin. I'm going into the white. Get the rest of the white here. Okay, so if I want it particularly bright somewhere, just go straight down. Just like that. Go straight down. Just like that. And I'll just bring it outward. So that kind of helps it stick out a little bit. Let's go into this blue. We can darken that up a little bit so it won't be so prominent. Okay. There. Much like that. That's fine. I'm just cleaning off the brush. Wipe off the brush on my beach towel. I got a beach towel across my lap here. All right. So we've got our water set down. Okay. We've got the clouds in there. We've got the mountain in there. Okay. Let's draw the camera back. Like I say, everything from the front to the back. So our medium ground is more or less the where the water is generally. All right, I got it going straight up and down, all cool. All right, let's get the palette knife back out. We're going to get a nice batch of dark color here. Nice batch of dark here, just like that. Now this I have enough of. This is kind of, especially if you're doing a mountain scene or whatever kind of scene that requires a lot of dark, this is pretty much what you would need. You would need at least that much. If you need something lightened or whatever, it makes a good rock color too. If you, I'm just cleaning off my knife here. If you are putting boulders in here or whatever. Okay. Okay. Time to start fleshing out some stuff. So let's get, I guess I'll do it with the flat brush here. So I'm using a limited number of brushes. I got plenty of dark. Okay, so what we're going to do with this dark, no medium, just the dark paint, plenty of it. All right, we're going to start fleshing out trees here. And with them, the trees, I'm going right into where the cloud work is. All right, just like that. I'm just, fleshing them out a little bit. Wherever you would want some of these tall trees to be. And with me, they got to kind of come over your background here, make them a little taller. Stretch them right out there like that. All right. On the other side, you would pretty much do the same thing. Stretch them right out here. Get some little tall ones in there. Because you want to cover up where your mountain is. Just like that. Cover up some of that mountain in there. Get some smaller, taller. Just like that. Just vary them. Just like that. Now, remember your shoreline here? All of this. See what I'm doing here, right? I'm just blocking it in right now. All this. Block it right in. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Give it a little curve. Here's another one right in here. Give it a little curve. Just like that. Block it all in. It comes around like that. All right, don't worry about all that. This is blocked in. This is going to be just nothing but dark down here. All right, that's all dark. Okay, you're just blocking it in. Get some more of this deep color. It's perfect color. Give it a little hill here. Come on down, just like that, and fade it right out. It comes out straight like that. Give it a curve. Get another one coming out here. Give it half a curve there. Have it come out a little further. Curve it around, come on down, boom, it's like that. I'm just getting some more dark. Come on down, spread it right out. Bring them in there like this. This is all dark. Make him grow out a little bit. Block it all in with nothing but darkness. As far as topography or the land mass, That will come later after you block all of this in. But right now, like I said, I need strictly dark down here on the bottom. And the reason why I'm not using any glycerin is because even though I'm putting a lot of dark down, this is acrylic paint that dries fast. So with no medium, it will dry the way it's supposed to dry, quickly. And you can add whatever you want to add into this paint a little bit later. But right now, fairly deep, fairly dark. You see how everything's kind of coming together for you here? Okay, right here's the same way. Okay, right where you see all this light, add some of that dark in there. Bring it right in there. We'll work with some smaller brushes in a second or two. But right now, wherever you see that light, that's okay. Cover it up. Cover up all that light area you see all up in here. All that cloud work, cover it up. Just like that. Cover it right up in there. If you feel your trees aren't high enough, well, you got to give it a second. Remember, you got to see through certain things. Okay. Because those sticks you see up there are just a guide to what's going to come next. Okay. Remember, we're still working from the front to the back. And right now, we're working in the next layer. I got plenty of dark, so I have no worry about running out of dark. And if you feel you made too much dark, if you want to add rocks or whatever, all you gotta do is add white to this stuff and it'll turn a nice gray, depending on how much brown you've used. Okay. All right. So it's pretty much all blocked in, more or less. Okay. Just like so. Now, do you see how the gentle shading of the dark coming into the light comes into play now? You see how it sits the mountain further in the back? I don't have to overly emphasize all the brightness of the mountain. You can, judging on what time of day you would like it to be, but it's not necessary for right now. Okay. So as you can see, everything's pretty much more or less set in there. All right. How you want to form everything now is entirely up to you. I'm just cleaning off my brush really well. We're more than 70% completed with this painting. Not a very long tutorial, doesn't have to be. Well, as long as everything's clearly explained and shown, this would be a great painting for you to emulate. Even if you're a little nervous about using palette knives, I think I've shown you how to effectively try to use them. So it's really up to you beyond that point. All right, let's get to putting some trees in here. All right, we're gonna use a small fan brush, tiny little guy, about this size, little fella. All right, we're going to get into. Let's see what this cad yellow will do with some of this. Oh yes, that's beautiful. All right, because there's green and umber, and there's you can mix, and there's blue in here. All right, what I just did with the yellow is I put the yellow in here, and it turned into a nice deep green, which is actually perfect. Okay. And you need much of the paint on the tips of the brush. Let's go up here. Zoom in a little bit, and we'll bring it here. Okay. So we'll start with the big guy. We'll start getting some tree shapes in here. Now these don't have to be extremely detailed or whatever, because it's truly up to you. Get some interesting shapes. I like my tree to be full in the center, and they come out to very interesting little patterns later on. All right, but these trees are just trees in the back there, just chilling out, doing their thing. Okay, just like that. Add them in there. Like I say, these guys are in the background back there. A little bit on the dark side. Okay. I'm just turning my brush straight because it flares out a little bit. I got more paint on the other side of my brush, and just little back and forth movements like that, just to give the impression of trees being back here. So I'm using my brush is kind of wide splayed. Okay, so I can kind of go either way, either horizontal or vertical, depending on what kind of detail and definition I want back there. Okay. And I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna give the impression of a few things hanging around back there like that. Just like that. We're gonna continue that on the other side. Why stop now? Go on the other side, we're gonna do the same thing, get a little more yellow. Put it right in there with that nice brown and blue mix you got here. Now the reason why you can get away with such a nice green like this, deep green, is because I put umber and the blue. They make such a dark color. The red is in there. The red helps deaden this, get some of that brightness out of there. Okay. Now as I'm doing these trees, I'm using the tip of the fan brush. All right, and I'm just bringing it down in there. You want generalization. You want general shapes right now. Background stuff like that. All right. So if you look at the total picture, you know, it's starting to really fan itself out. Stuff is starting to happen. Okay. We're gonna get a lighter tone of that green now. Okay, get a little blue. Put a little blue in there. You don't want it too bright. Get a little touch of that titanium white. We're gonna open up that color a little bit, just like that. If it's too bright, I'll tap a little more blue in there, just like that. I'll still use a smaller brush. A lot of thick paint here. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put some darker trees in. Okay. We're gonna come right about here, right about down there, and we're gonna just open these guys right up. Just like this. Yes, these trees are fairly dark. It's all right, just like that. And we're just plant them in there. Bunch of trees, just like this. It's all right, just like that. Keep it going. Keep it going. It doesn't matter what's going on down in here. We can create other stuff. But right now, we're just getting some trees in there. When it comes to highlighting, you'll understand. And the lights are coming, remember, from the left side, just like that. It doesn't really matter. You put a crooked one in there. It doesn't matter where you narrow that one out a little bit. Make your trees to where some spaces and stuff are happening in these fellas, okay? And we'll put in some extra greenery up in here, just like that, just like so. And I'm just putting green in here right now, just stomping green in. Doesn't matter. We're gonna put other trees to be in here, okay? So don't fret. I'm just tapping in some green here and there. Let's move this downward like that. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just plopping in some green here and there. Some of that dark green. All right. Just like that. Put it in there. Okay. So we got bits of tree stuff happening in there, going in with the dark, and you got trees in the background back there. All right. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to fill this up with forest. Okay. Getting more of that dark green. We're going to get some more yellow. Pop some more yellow in there. Get a little bit more blue. Put the blue in there. Just like that. No, nothing but paint. No glycerin. Don't need the glycerin. Just the paint. We'll put a nice sized tree right there. Tip of the brush and back and forth. Go from the middle, left and right. Just like that. Go on down. If you cover up some of the other trees, that's fine. All the trees get covered up in the woods too. Okay. And we're going to put one right in there. You're not going to get rid of all of your mountain. Don't worry about that. Don't fret. All right. Remember the hashtag. Don't panic. Put it right in there. We're going to put some other trees in there. They're going to be highlighted. They're going to look pretty cool. So don't worry about all of that. I'm just popping in green now. All up in here. We're going to make all this look like trees by the time we're done. Got a small brush. I'm just fanning it out, giving it look like a nice woolly tree pattern happening. Okay. Just aim the camera downward. Come over here. Aim it down, right down to the bottom here. And that's a good way for you to get rid of the paint that's so close to the fur of your brush. It's a good way to get rid of some of that. Don't get rid of all of your darks. Okay. Don't do that. Just like that. All right. Okay. we are soon to have a few bits of fun. Okay, so let's pan back a little bit. Now we're going to start separating things. Okay, as you see, we didn't get too any highlights yet. It's not needed as of right now. I'm going to clean off this fan brush. Now I got the paint pretty far up in the furrow, so make sure you clean your fan brush off fairly decently. Okay, I'm looking at my fan brush. I still see bits of green. I got a smaller water tray here. I'm cleaning it off really good. This brush is an animal hair brush, probably a hog bristle brush, so it's pretty sturdy. All right, it can take a beat down. All right, we're gonna put this beat down brush back. We're gonna take the palette knife, go into this. No, we're gonna go right here into this previous color that we made. We're gonna put it right around here in the green. We're gonna lighten it up a little bit with a little white, like that. And what's gonna happen is that, nope, need a little brown. Put a little brown in that. We're gonna get the grade up a little bit. The brown and the blue, greenish, with a little bit of white, it will grade up just a tad, just like that. And it's the brightness that we need anyway, just like that. Cut across, and we're gonna come here, and we're gonna pop some trunks in there, very lightly. If I feel this is too green, and I feel that it is, yeah, it needs to be a little brighter than that. So I'll get some more titanium white, put some of that titanium white in there, and maybe a little more brown too. Just put that brown and that white in. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, and we're gonna do that again. Actually, some of these might work, but I'm just gonna pop them in there in various places. Let's pop one in here like this. And basically what you're doing is you're gonna outline a few trees up in here, just like that. If I come above, let's let him, just like that. And we're gonna put one right in here like that, come up like that. Put one in here like this. Basically, they're just trunks. You're outlining where some of these trees are gonna be. Okay, that's it. Okay, we're gonna go on the other side. We're gonna do the same exact thing. See, a lot of that green is gonna help you out. So all of it is pretty much like an illusion. Just a little dot here. He's a little further away. Maybe one here. Just like that. Get your brush as close to the canvas as you can. Put one right here. We'll put one sneaking around like that. All right. We're gonna put one right here. It's like this side is a little closer to us. Oh, we'll come up here like this. Put a big one right here, right in the front. Trees are in various shapes, various sizes. We'll put one coming off, make him a little thicker here. He's like in the front right here, just like that. Okay, so it's like you're perched looking down at all of this. All right. Okay, now see how you get a sense of depth and perception here? Okay, so that's probably about as much of this stuff I'm going to need as far as doing tree bark. We're going to mix this into the darker green and some of this dark stuff I got here. We'll mix it in and make a darker batch of green here. Now when I say a darker batch, I don't mean dark like the background green. No, it'll be lighter, but it'll be darker than these trunks. Okay, because keep in mind, let's get a little blue, put the blue in here. Just like that, and we'll just keep the blue. That's more than enough. If I want it deeper, I'll just put a little red in it. But as of right now, and what I'm looking at, I think this is fine. Okay, that should be good. I'll put the palette, I'm gonna wipe off the palette knife. Okay, we're at the 80% mark here. Let's get a larger fan brush. This one's a little more flat. Okay, and we're gonna kind of coat some of this. I tend not to make enough of this stuff. Let's get some more blue. Let's get some more of this darker color. We'll pop that in there. Get a little more white. Lighten it up. Get some yellow. There we go. I need plenty of this stuff. This is good. Only 5 colors. You make any color you kind of want. All right. Here we go. We're going to come here and we're going to tap in some interesting looking trees in here. Just like this. Now remember, I'm going to go through some of these. I like my middles, but I'm going to keep away from a lot of the trunk. Reserve some of those trunks there. And we're going to come on down like that. Okay. Like I say, a lot of this will be separated in the highlights. So if it looks kind of like a mess right now, don't worry, we'll straighten it all up. Yeah, just like that. And we'll bring some of that down out here. Cover some of that up. This tree is going to be in front of us there. All right, so if it looks kind of crazy right now, give it a little time. Don't look at it like right now. All right, because you didn't put no highlights or anything in. So, and this is just a guide. And my trees are a little airy. Looks like birds can actually fly through them. Okay. We'll keep some of those branches glowing through there, don't worry. And if I cover them all, we can bring them right back. Just like that. Like I say, anybody can do this. Don't worry. Don't panic. You're going to be fine. Like I say, it will come in the highlighting. So even if you don't see a lot of what your the branches or whatnot, have no fear. Don't worry about it. Don't panic about it. If your trees aren't looking that perfect and that great, don't worry about that either. Okay? It's all right. It will all come together. Trust me. Because you will be judging. You'll be choosing where to put these highlights. Just like that. We'll even put one here. Even though one wasn't here, I'm going to put it there anyway. Now that just looks like a sloppy batch of whatever right now. Okay, but wait, there's more. Need a little more yellow. A little bit of yellow there. I don't even know why I played like that. I normally need more yellow than that. All right. So we got a little yellow. We're going to bring this yellow right over here. And we're going to bring some white into that yellow. Into that. All we're getting is a brighter green. We're going to get a little water and thin this paint up. A thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So we'll start doing some joyful little highlights to some of these guys. As you see, I just cooked up a nice batch of paint here. Okay. And you're more or less going to use the tips of this brush. Okay, let's go up here. Remember, your highlights are on the left hand side. And a slight touch like that will help you out. Just like that. Don't forget to your darks. Okay. And you pick where you want to pop some of your highlights at. Just like that. You start shaping these trees into what you want. Okay. Sometimes it just takes a simple couple taps, just like that. Put some up here. You can create some, just like that. Bring them out there like that. Don't get rid of all your dark. Bring some right up in there. All right. Put some in the center like that. Bring some out. Don't destroy all your darkness. You don't want that. Get some more. Let's go on the other side here. And just a slight touch. Just a slight touch here and there. It's like that. just like so. Put some in here. Got some coming this way, just like that. Okay. We're still going at it here, just a little bit here and there. Give him a little tip there. Just like that. Bring some of them out there like that. Start to fill out some of these ones that are a little bit closer. Just like that. Pop in a couple over here. Just like that. Pop in a couple hitting back here a little bit. Just like that. I'm looking at it, still looking at it. I'll pop in some grasses in here too. All I'm doing is just giving it a gentle little push. Right in here. Get a couple of grasses going all down in here. Get some grasses growing, some wild grasses. Just like that. Even out here in the bottom, get some grasses growing. Just like that. Okay. We're gonna take some of this green. Watch what I'm gonna do. Take some of this green, a little thin here, a little thicker as it comes down. Just like this. Okay. Right here, do the same thing here. Even though it's light, that's all right. Bring some of it straight down. Just like that. Get it straight down. Don't be scared. A little bit of it right here. Bring it straight downward like that. Just like that. Get some reflections kind of popping off over here. Okay. I'm gonna get some of this dark. A little bit right on the tip of the brush. Got to make sure it needs to go straight down too. Just like that. Mix it right in there, that green. Some of them get a little taller. Bring it down, just like that. Same thing here. Use that dark. Don't be scared to use it. Put it right in there, like that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna wisp it straight across. Go straight across with some of it. Not necessarily all of it, just straight across. Have some trail a little further than others, but make sure it goes straight. All right, go as horizontal as you can get it, just like that. Okay, it's like a little half and half. Half going straight, half going downward. Very light touch. Drag some of that straight across, just like that. Okay. Don't forget some of it down back here too. Just like that. And go straight across. All right. All right. Very, 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 very simple. Just cleaning off the fan brush real quick here. We're gonna return back to our palette knife. Get a little titanium white. A little touch of that dark color. Marble it a little bit, and we'll come back to a little bit of I'll just take it out, just wipe it across. I don't like that. I don't like the green in there. Hold on. Go back to our titanium white. Go back into our dark mix. We should have a little bit of dark in there. There we go. Get some of that dark mix, some of the white, marble it. Need more brown. Kill some of that green. I don't need the green. I just need the white mix. There. Let's see if that does it better. That's a little better. Just like that. And we'll pop in a few branches in there. Come up here, get a couple of them there like that. So we're actively putting some treetops in there. See, you can actually create the treetops with all this greenage, just like that. You kind of see where I'm going with it here. Right here by the edge, pop in a couple. It's got to be bright enough. It's not bright yet. It's just too dark, so I'm gonna use a lot of this titanium white. I'm gonna use the titanium white instead. There's a couple of them up in there. Some up in there, down in there. A couple of them up in here a little bit. Now you guys can pretty much see where I'm getting at here. I'll put one hanging around up there, a couple there. I'll even put a couple of them right up in here like that. Make some skip a little bit, adding a little more detail to the guys in the very front. Much like that. All right. And it also gives the illusion that the sun is still hitting off of one side. Up to you. On the other side here. Pop a couple there. Maybe one coming straight here. Get some, make sure you get some toward the top. Where the leaves might be a little thinner. Up like that. Put maybe one hanging around back there like this. A little piece of one there. But usually over here toward the water's edge, they kind of stand a little prominent. Up around in here a little bit. It's like that. Put some up hanging around there. Put some of these guys up back there a little bit. All right. We're at the 90% mark here. We're coming down the wire. I'm trying to get some more light color here. Put it down here a little bit. Get some reflections down in here. Just like this, like that. Something like that. All right. And we're gonna stroke some of those across. Give the semblance of moving water, just like that. Go horizontal, just like that. See, gives you the impression of moving water. All right, okay. We're still not done with the palette knife. 99% done. Anybody can do this. Take it, go straight across. It doesn't matter if there's a little green in it, that's okay. With the water lines, what you're gonna do here, if you remember, this is all horizontal, all right? All horizontal. Now you gotta make sure that your paint, your palette knife is kind of flat against it so the paint can trail off. Then I'm gonna move it and keep it going. I don't have enough white paint. That's very frustrating when I try to show something and I don't have enough paint to do it, but it happens. And it's not bright enough, so I gotta do it one more time. It's got green up in it. Need white, need white, need white. Let's go back again. Let's do it again. Just like that. There, that's what I'm talking about, something like that. Then I'll wave it around a little bit, give it a little shoreline. And all I'm doing is pressing the knife up against the hard on one side, so it kind of comes out on the other end. All right, it will take a little practice. I'm getting more titanium white, going right across. You got one right here. Okay, and we're gonna just kind of give it its own little shoreline, just like that. And we're gonna curve it right around. I ran out of white paint. Do it again. I'm pressing one corner, like that. We're going to come on the other side, do it one more time. We're here on the other side. Have it come out a little bit. Don't have enough white. Get plenty of white this time. And once again, come out. And I'm just going in reverse, just like that. All right. Very Bob Ross-like it. Get a little thin stroke of paint. And all we're gonna do is really just touch right there. And we're gonna bring it a little bit, straighten that out a little bit, but bring it straight. We'll touch a little bit there. Pure white. We'll get a little bit of sometimes it just takes a little touch. just like that. Just come across. Horizontal. Come across here a little bit. Come on across. Bring it across there like that. You might not be able to see too much of this. Bring one right across. As horizontal as you can get it. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's pull back a little bit. And let's bring it up here. And there you go. Nice little woodland scene here. Okay. I believe I got rid of all of my darks. It kind of doesn't matter at this point in time. I'll just use a little bit of blue or brown. Just a little brown maybe. Yeah, I'll just keep the brown. If I had blue, I would add a little bit of blue, but right now I'm just gonna tap in some darks. Return some of the darks in here. Just like that. I'm just returning a few bits of dark in here. Make it a little more mysterious. Especially toward the front here. Okay. But because it's all so dark down in here, just adding this deep umber color, it's not gonna hurt nothing. Trust me. When it all dries, all right, all your mind's eye is gonna see is just dark. So I'm just bringing back some of the dark. Just like that, especially down here, down below. Put some up in here. I can even go horizontal a little bit. I'm just bringing back a little bit of the mysteriousness. Okay, just like that a little bit. Just here and there. I think we're just about done with this. From the back all the way to the front. Adding details as the very last measure. Okay. So you got your little fog down there, you got your mountain, you got the trees, you got your little lake, you got your little reflections and whatnot, what have you. So, we can shut that down. Okay, and this is basically your painting. Right here, I'm trying to center it here. This is 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper, taking off the tape here. You don't have to have tape. This is just the preference of mine personally. I prefer to have the tape. You don't necessarily have to have it. It's just a preference of mine. Kind of gives it a more professional look, but that's just my opinion. Okay. 11 by 15, so I think it requires a black frame. I'll show you what it looks like with a frame. So it is horizontal. I thought what it would look like with a frame on it. With a frame, it would look like something like this. Okay. So that's what it looked like with a frame. I do have a brown frame, which might be more appropriate, but it's 11 by 14, so it's a little narrow on the sides, but you can still get the gist of it. Okay, and because it's narrow on the sides, I just got to pan back out a little bit. That's what it looked like with a brown frame. Raise it up a little bit. All right, there. It would look something like that. Okay. Well, this session is done. I don't think I held you too long. If you would like to donate for more paints or more canvas or more whatever, my PayPal link is in the description below, or it's on the banner on the lower right hand side. And my YouTube channel will have already been shown along with the PayPal link here and here. But thank you very much for checking it out. Appreciate it. And I'll see you in